Rice don't done. Ngonya wembe day. Achu today. Palm wine today.
You are most welcome to today's video. Today is Friday and it's my elder brother's court wedding. I was assigned to make coconut jollof and my sister is making pepper soup, which we are going to use to entertain or to receive the few guests that will be coming to the house after the court signing. In today's video, I would like to ask you a question. How do you do it right now in Cameroon? Or what do you think most people in Cameroon do right now when it comes to entertaining their guests at events, especially weddings? What do you think they do? There are two main ways that I know. Cooking by yourself, that's you and your family decide, share the meals, and everybody cooks what they know how to cook best. And then using service traité. I don't know if that's how it's pronounced, but these are people who come to your event and they basically take charge of the food. You guys, this pepper soup is making me want to eat pepper soup right now. By the way, we have coconut jollof rice recipe on this channel. We have pepper soup recipe on this channel. Most of the meals you're going to see or hear me talk about in this video, we have a recipe on this channel. If you know what that means, it means you can just go and look for it and watch. Anyways, back to what we're talking about. What do you think most people do right now? And which do you think is convenient? So for my brother's wedding, they decided to go with family cooking, not using service traité. Now I'm going to share with you guys my own personal take on this, what I think, as I show you guys how we go ahead and prepare. So after we made the pepper soup and the coconut rice, we went straight into preparing for the other things that we are going to need. So we had to wash these leaves. That's leaves for kwakoko. We are boiling tomato. Have you ever boiled tomato using this method? Drop it in the comment section. This was my first time experiencing it and I don't think it's something I want to do. One of the things I like about general family cooking, this is us, we're just boiling banga. I feel like I should concentrate on my audio and stop talking about the foods you guys are seeing, because if I keep doing that, I might not give the point I want to make. Okay, so what was I saying? I was talking about what my take on the different ways of catering to your guests at your event. So for the service traité method, I think it's easy. I also think that sometimes it is costly for no good reason. Why? Now, if you get people who are very professional and who are really good and they have conscience and they have sense, you get good food. But now one of the things I realized is that the possibility for you to get stale, like to use meat that has maybe stayed in the freeze, to realize that the food is not fresh, is very high, because these people who do cook food for events, it's their business, so they stock up. So maybe they'll have leftover from a past event and they have to finish it. They're not going to throw it away. But if you're cooking as a family, you know one auntie somewhere in Tico that knows how to make kwakoko, you know one auntie somewhere that knows how to make ekwang. That's exactly how it was done. So my mom and I think my brother's wife, they came up with a list of the food items, the food that is going to be cooked, and then my mom figured out, oh, this person can cook this person can cook this. So in the house we cooked quite a few things, and it was not even just my mom or myself. There were like maybe 5 extra aunties in the house who came to cook these things, even though they cooked it in the house. So there was groundnut paste, there was egusi pudding, there was fried chicken, fried pork, fried fish, there was boiled miondo, there was boiled yam, there was ekwang, there was eru, there was koki, just a lot. Think of a Cameroonian meal, achu, name it, it was made. But not all of these things were made in the house. And so to me, I think that when family cooks, there's a higher chance of having, in fact, there was so much food, like there was excess food. But when you deal with these service traité people, I don't know if they are managing the food, I don't know exactly what the issue is, but you always just find that some of the food gets finished and you don't understand. I remember a birthday party I attended and the jollof rice for the kids was like it was so small, and in my head I'm like, are they going to cut the money even for the jollof rice? Rice is not something that is so difficult to cook a huge quantity of. So I can tell that from this audio you already know what I stand for. This was me just picking this egusi because there's nothing I hate like eating egusi pudding or koki or any food even, and I feel sand, and this egusi had some stones. So for me, I would say that I would prefer the family cooking method where I know this auntie, I know this person, I know this lady, I know this person that can cook this and cook that. But now the problem with that is that it can be very strenuous on the family because you are coordinating the event. You have to be it's your event, it's a joyful event. So for you to have energy to really celebrate, you don't have to be worried about cooking. But now because you have to distribute it among family and friends, it becomes really tedious. This is one of the things that I'm not gonna do. You're not gonna catch me cooking cocoyam. I'm not doing it. I don't want to do it. I was saying that to my auntie and she was like, no, that one that you have been cooking is not kwa cocoa, it's kwa. Because I don't use a grater, and I'm like, say no, you can, the cocoyam will not draw and all that. You guys, we fried fish right into the night. The essence of this video is I'm asking the question. I was hoping that the next day I could show you guys the table, how the food was served and everything, but I was so tired. The process took us right into the night. It was just a hectic day. I could not remember to even lift up my camera. Even on this particular day, I just filmed the few things I could film. There was a lot of preparation happening, but I couldn't film everything. But again, the essence of this video is to ask you, what do you prefer? What do you think are the advantages? The advantages of this service right there is that first, if you work with people who are really experienced and they are passionate about what they are doing and they are honest, you're going to have really good food and you're not going to have to stress. You're not going to be tired. You're not going to be burnt out. They bring their servers. They bring people who serve the food, and it's just a little bit, just not a little bit, a lot more like easy for you, the family, and you get to really enjoy the event. We continued frying this fish and chicken and pork right into the night, right late into the night. It was hectic. So imagine that you have to do all this work and then the next day you have to enjoy the event. It's a little bit tedious. But what do you guys think? For the results that we got, like the quantity of food that was available, to me, I think it is worth it if you, especially if you organize it well and you give a lot of people the food and just try to follow up and maybe call 2 days before the day and say, oh, until this person would wedding then they will remember, or you just arrange your team and just organize like that. I think it's better. But I'd like to hear from you. What do you think? Drop it in the comment section. Would you prefer to use a service traiteur, like a cooking company or something, or would you prefer family members cook and everybody just cooks and gets tired? And even the serving process is family that has to handle it. What do you think? It just depends. I think if I were to choose right now, I would say that I would prefer the service traiteur, but I would prefer if there are people who are honest and they are going to cook me good food and they will do it very well and the quantity is not going to be slashed into half. I would prefer them because the work, but again, the food was amazing. It tasted delicious. And then there was just, everything was just in excess. So to me, I'm almost in between. It's just the work that is making me to run away from doing it like as a family, because I'm considering that the family is still the same person that has to welcome the guests, has to dance, has to entertain, has to enjoy the event. And so sometimes having to do the cooking takes away from that fun. But then having to use all these people who come and sometimes they even bring food and you realize that food is sour. It's a no. Drop in the comment section. Subscribe if you are not subscribed, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.